What's up, C4 family? This is Shawn Smith from DiBk Productions. This very special episode that I'm going to share with you all is both of my babies coming together. The Raw Conversation crew is special guests on the DiBk podcast. This is a great way for you all to be introduced to both podcasts at the same time. Hopefully you will enjoy it. Be well. Peace.
Welcome to the DiBk podcast, where we celebrate Black excellence throughout the Black diaspora. Here's your host, David V. Lewis.
What's up, good people all across the world? This is the DiBk podcast. I am your host, David V. Lewis. And per usual, we have another fantastic episode lined up for you. This one is a special one. We have the stars of the Raw Conversation podcast. All right, so each person just wave and say hello to the world.
Hello, world.
What's up, world?
All right, so 3 of the 4 cast members have actually been special guests on the podcast. So we appreciate you. One member, who happens to be a relative, has not seemed to figure out a way to fill out their paperwork, but we'll work on that.
Who is that?
Well, we would love to have her on as a special guest, but we are super excited to have Raw Conversation co-stars on with us. So I want to go around. You can jump in whenever you feel, but just answer this question that we start our podcast with. If I was to say, who were you? What would be your response? In fact, let me do it this way. If I was to say, who is Key Brooks? What would be your response?
Father, son, entrepreneur, survivor. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up.
I thought you were going to say Holy Ghost for a minute there. I was a little bit. You're watching the podcast. I was, you said Father, Son. I was uh-oh. All right. Kent, if I said, who is Kente Rosser, what would you say?
Father. I'll say father, first and foremost. Educator. Those are 2 titles I identify with the most. Actually, before father, I say man of God, then father, then educator. I think those are some pretty accurate descriptions of who I am and what I represent.
If I said, who is Jay, you'd say?
Believer of God and follower, daughter, friend, family member. Part of the village that's helping to support the community and the children in the community.
I was to say, who is
the children of the future?
Teach them well. Let them lead the
way. If I was to say, who is Leah, what would you say?
I would say I am a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I am a child of God. And I am a lawyer.
Okay. All right. And so I've been checking out this podcast. So I want to go around real quick. Somebody can jump in. If I haven't seen the podcast, what is it about? How would you describe it?
It's for strangers for the most part. I mean, in the beginning, some of us knew of each other, or, we may have had some connection, but not with everybody. That we're given a topic, like a general topic, and then the day of, we then have to answer prompts. And we all have different backgrounds. I mean, there's some things we have in common, but we really just have very diverse a very diverse viewpoint. And so, we're kicking it. It's like, we're, like, what do you think about this? And so we're all kind of like sharing our viewpoint. And maybe we change it up sometimes while we're listening and talking.
Yeah, I would add it's a straight up conversation. We're not really It's no formalities. We're cutting people off if we want to. We say what we want to say. Jump in where you fit in, and just about good topics. I mean, kind of like everyday topics that we talk to our people about. And it's just like Jay said, we're just getting to know each other. We don't have years of friendship under our belt. We just met each other pretty much. And so that's different for me because I'm used to having these conversations with my people. So
for sure,
new people. And so it's a different vibe, and I'm loving it.
Your initial thought when you were approached about this idea, anybody jump in there, your initial thought.
I had reservations, and I shared that.
Complete reservation.
I shared that with you because first, I don't know how deep into this we want to go, but the title of the show.
Go ahead. I mean, this is Dripping in Black. We can divulge whatever y'all are welcome to divulge.
So initially, the title wasn't Raw Conversation. It had a word in it that I felt didn't fit me and my profession and my image and who I am. So I had reservations. I was also a little concerned about how raw, how real, how grown the conversation would be. And I'm a little more conservative or a little more reserved on public platforms. Yeah. So I was concerned about it initially. But I got over that. I'm glad I did because I really enjoyed the podcast experience. And back to these episodes, I think we have a lot to offer. I think for someone who's in the market for a new podcast, we fit the slot. So I hope that people check it out and get down with us because I think we got some good stuff.
Yeah, somebody else jump in.
Totally
I haven't heard from Key. I want to hear what Key, when you were initially approached. What was your initial thought?
I was like, damn, I ain't gonna have time. And then once I said, okay, well, I'll make time, I didn't think I would mesh well with you guys. I was like, oh, they got, college degrees and the educators, and me, I'm a little more rambunctious. Is that how you say the word? Am I saying it right? How you say it? You know the word I'm trying to say.
Rambunctious.
There you go. Yeah, I'm that word. You know what I mean? A little more outspoken. So I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna mesh with these guys, but I actually like kicking it with y'all. It's not dripping in black. Raw conversation is like group therapy for me. You know what I mean? So I just come in and kick it and get my thoughts off.
Yeah, let's go, Jay. I kind of jumped in and cut you off, but you were.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's just.
By the way, I wouldn't have cut you off if you were actually a Dripping in Black alum, but so
okay,
you may experience that a few more times.
I need to get my picture on behind you. I need to work on.
Well, I don't know if necessarily being an alum will get you a picture.
Well, I mean, I see Leah back here. There's Leah. Yeah, and I think I see Key back here somewhere. Oh, there he is.
So I will come back to that because I have questions.
Rosser, what are you trying to say? Is there something you want to say here?
Yeah, arguably the best alumni y'all have had on the show doesn't have a picture on the wall. I'm trying to figure out why that is. But it's not about me right now.
Well, maybe your light is too bright for the rest of the alum. So we just
Jay, you
don't want you to outshine them.
Before y'all crazy. Well, I mean, your raw conversation or conversation being recorded for anybody to hear. That definitely is something that I'm like concerned about. And how authentic can you be? Because it's a lot of people, will hear it. And then also just the time. So like what Key was saying too, but it's going good, and again, it's cool to have this conversation with other people to kind of get different perspectives, because even though I am a therapist, it's always great to hear from others and, do some self-reflection, which definitely happens even with us as hosts. So I know people who are listening to it are probably also doing the self-reflection after listening.
Absolutely. So Leah, your thoughts when you first were approached?
I have my reservations in terms of, I'm like, what I got to talk about? I'm like the opposite of Key. I'm unrambunctious. And so it's like, I'm just kind of a straight shooter, not, chill. I don't have a lot, going on in terms of whatever. So I was just like, okay, ain't nobody gonna want to hear from me. And then I was concerned about just again, like Kente and Jay had said, in terms of the conversation, in the world we live in today, everything you say can be used against you in some kind of way. And, just from future aspirations or whatever, I just didn't know, if I wanted myself out there like that. And I'm just kind of quiet too.
I heard those words can't be used against you. I immediately was going to be like, wait a minute.
Oh, shamanic.
Right.
All right, so
realm, right?
Raw at this point of the recording has had 3 episodes drop. You've recorded about 7 episodes. Have you been experiencing like any recognition from people for your presence on Raw? Just go around, anybody can jump in.
Yeah, actually, I think the very first episode, someone commented on social media. I believe you shared it. And the guy was kind of giving me my props, just saying he liked my perspective and point of view on things. And ironically, the people that I've shared it with, where I talk a lot of stuff on Raw Conversations. So it was actually received well from some women that I know as well. So it was going pretty good for me because I just knew I was going to get out here and be jacked up, but it's all good.
That's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the same, like, oh, okay, the way Jay is, there are different, what she brings to it, the different perspective or seeing both sides of it.
Now, are people approaching you on social media only, or is like people like in your normal walk of life saying, hey, I saw you?
My normal walk of life, because one of the things is I'm not too comfortable yet about really putting it out there so I'm not really doing a lot of the promoting. It's kind of just like,
oh, really?
I'm on there and see where it goes, because I'm just like,
I'm sure Shawn is taking note of that as well. Okay, that's good to know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Hey, yo,
Leah
wait.
Ross?
My bad. Not to cut you off. I did have one young lady. She shot me a text message and she was interested in me, but she said after watching the very first episode, she was like, I don't know if I can deal with you and your in the way that you think, you know what I mean? So oh, that's cool, I hit the block button on the phone, but it was all good. So yeah.
My comments have come from people like that I know, and just they like the topics, and everyone loves Key, and pretty much the topics. Like one of the weeks, I guess last week when one of the episodes dropped a little later, I got 2 messages like, where's the episode at? And I'm like, oh, okay. So I was happy to hear that people are really looking for it. So that was good.
Ross the Boss, jump in there.
Yeah, I've gotten some positive feedback, mostly from people I know, people that are already in my circle of influence. I am looking forward to the bigger it gets, the authentic feedback from people who I don't know, and can give an honest critique or feedback, or just in general. I think that would be refreshing to see. So I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
And I think that's the thing, the fact that it's actual critique, when it's a real raw conversation that's not being filmed, nobody's critiquing you. Yeah. It's just within your circle. So yeah, it's a different level.
So I want to jump into, we think about there's several episodes. We've dropped 3 of them at this point. What are some of the most memorable moments? Let's talk a little bit about those. Who wants to jump in here?
I
like to. Oh, go ahead.
Thank you, brother. Just real quick. I have some memorable episodes. I can't remember in my head if they've aired yet. So I'll just speak about them as if they have aired. I think the back and forth between Key and Jay.
That's what I was about to say.
and us coming to the realization that Jay's perspective is very similar to Key's.
I don't see that. I do not see that.
Although when she lays it out as if she's polar opposite. They start off over here, but the more they talk, the perspective is okay.
She didn't know, so we got similar perspectives. I'm a hood therapist, you know what I mean? So yeah.
I like that title.
I don't know. The first episode, even though on my end technology was horrible, it was really funny. It was talking about breakups. Yeah. And then the other one, when we were talking about parenting, and then we started talking about just the precautions, and Key would start talking about like bustos. I'm like, whoa, like what? Like, what in the world? And so that was just like, okay. But yeah. But I think that, again, I don't know. Well, maybe we have the same perspective or not. I think I kind of always straddle the fence and go both ways. So,
Key, Leah, your favorite moments?
I would have to agree with I think the first episode was one of my favorites so far. Okay. Just because it turned out totally, like I said, we don't know each other. So when I looked at it, it just turned out totally like we've been kicking it for a long time. And I was like, wow, we got some chemistry here. So I really enjoyed that episode. It was funny. And it was just funny. It was funny. And then it was funny just to hear how each of us felt about certain things, because we didn't know. I mean, I had no idea what their perspective was going to be. So I would say that episode, as well as the dating episode as well. It wasn't as funny as that one, but it was still a lot of stuff that came out, a lot of back and forth, and the whole Jay and Key dynamic in terms of being very similar. So I really enjoyed those two so far.
The first one was the breakup episode. Okay, yeah. Right, yeah.
Third one was dating. What about you, Key?
I mean, I thought I answered it already, but
he did.
No,
yeah, I thought I was the first one. I wasn't.
I thought Kente jumped in and then you were tagging on what he said, but I didn't hear if you had a different one.
Oh no, mine was kind of similar. I think everybody kind of shared the same sentiment about the episodes. I like the back and forth between me and Jay because I feel like Jay's gonna fence straddle. So I want to get her to really just say what it is that she wants to say, because she's always PC. So I try to just say that stuff. You know what I mean?
So Keith, would you say that you're the only one that's not fence straddling?
Yeah, I can. I know I put my foot in my mouth a lot. Like I'll go back and rewatch the episodes. Like, damn, I can't believe I said that, but it's out there. I live my life that way. I just kind of throw it out there, and it is what it is. You know.
Yeah. So a few more things, and then we're gonna let you all get out of here. We know you all are busy, but if somebody has not seen the podcast, what is something that you would tell them to try to get them interested?
Check it out. I don't think there's anything else out here like it. And you all laid that out as producers with the concept and the format. And I think that we've done well as hosts to help bring that vision to life. But, the vision is yours. So check it out. I don't think there's anything else out here like it. Very, very informed individuals with their own perspectives, bringing it in a very authentic manner. So nothing like it.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that, because when you all approached us about being on this podcast, you said, we have the 4 that we want, the first picks. And so I didn't know what that meant and why and how we would mesh. But as we continue to do it, it's like, oh, okay, I see where it's going. So I think even just going from the beginning and watching them and seeing where it goes, and as we get more comfortable. Yeah, I mean, just check it out. It's just good combo.
Yeah, for sure. I think if you're looking to be entertained, informed, and you want to laugh, I think it's definitely something worth checking out. That's what I would tell people. Just watch it. You got 2 handsome guys, 2 beautiful ladies, great personalities. I'm like, hey, let's watch this.
Yeah, and I just, the different viewpoints, I think that's obviously there's some things that we agree on, but there's some things that we don't. And then just how we present it to each other. It's in a safe environment. You're saying what, how you feel. I may not agree. I may check you on it. But, it's, to me, I think that's authentic conversation. That's how you talk to people. If you don't like something somebody said or you don't agree with it, you're going to say something. And it's not a thing that you got to backpedal. You can have your viewpoint. I'm gonna have my viewpoint. And I just think that we will identify with different kind of, different people in our viewing audience.
Yeah. And as a fan, I watch it. I'm thoroughly entertained. I think, it's adults having conversation around, in some cases, some very challenging topics to talk about, especially with no advance notice about the prompt. So I would say kudos to the panel for the way you all handle that. So a couple more things. Just talk a little bit about what you all have going on that you want to share, so we can go around with that. And then we have one final question that we're going to ask. So
I'll be brief and concise. I'm an educator, and we've started the school year, and pray for us. We have a lot of staff.
You want to share where you're educated, where you work, Rosser, or no?
Nah, I like to keep the two lanes separate. But, I have a very important job, educating kids, and it's something I take very seriously. And, working within the parameters in which we work, pandemic, still in the middle of it, to put a lot of constraints on what traditional education looks like. So pray for us, pray for the kids, pray that we stay healthy, and pray that we can recoup some of the loss of learning that has occurred over the last year and a half.
Yeah. Somebody else jump
For sure. My nonprofit, I'll be sharing more information about that. And I'm a guest on Dripping in Black, but we're buying up some land and doing some cool things. And also, I'm also supporting some schools. I'm on the other end with mental health. So, yeah, pray for us, pray for me, pray for them. But for sure, yeah.
As far as me, since we are asking for prayers, pray that this $1.5 million of real estate that I got on the table, pray that these deals close for me this month. And right now I'm in the process of hiring some new agents. I just brought on a couple of new maintenance guys for the property management aspect. So I'm looking to work just more diligently in my craft and continue to be successful and, make other people that surround me as successful as possible as well. By their own measure, though. By their own measure.
Yeah.
Well, I have just got through being a stay-at-home mom while working for the past year and a half. Stay-at-home working mom. So right now, my son is back in school. So I am focusing on my work wholeheartedly now. I am an attorney, work for a government agency. So I'm doing that right now. Also, I do some probate cases as well outside of that. And just enjoying life right now.
Yeah.
Dope.
All right. So there's a couple more things. We always like to ask this question of all of our guests. Again, three of you have been guests before, so you kind of know what's coming. But have you ever been on the cover of a magazine?
Y'all know I have. You know what I mean? I need to put that right.
I've been on a flyer for an icebreaker. No,
yeah. Well, Key, you've been on the cover for the Broker magazine, and then you've been on a real cover.
For sure. I got that cover. You're doing it big. It's actually on the wall at my office. Yeah.
Oh man, I appreciate that.
That's funny. You've actually gotten yours. Go ahead with your question, David. Go ahead.
All right. So, but we like to, as a guest, as a gift for our guests, the parting gift for our guests, we like to place them on the Dripping in Black cover. So S Square will do the honors and put up your magazine cover.
That's what's up.
Nice. I like it.
All right.
That's fresh right there.
We will get that out to you at a later date. We'll print it up and get it all mocked up properly. And that will be a parting gift for each one of you for joining us.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
And Kente, I might actually put that back here too when it's all said and done.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice. It'll definitely increase the value of
somebody. Somebody give the information of where they can find the Raw Conversation out there.
I think
in the
Ken
world.
tastes good at that one.
I mean, you can find us and follow us on all platforms at the Raw Convo. So whether it is Facebook, whether it is Instagram or YouTube, please subscribe, comment, tag us, share. Hit the share button. Don't be afraid to share. When you share, add a comment or add a caption and encourage others to share. So we have a powerful message that deserves to be shared and viewed and seen and heard by others.
What day do your new episodes drop?
Friday.
Thursday.
Yeah. Okay. On Fridays, new episodes of Raw Conversation drops.
I've been telling people Thursday this whole time.
All right. So we want to thank the co-stars of Raw Conversation for joining us on the Dripping in Black podcast. You all are definitely a representation of Black excellence. I'm proud to see 4 adults speak on tough topics in a manner that's positive for Black people all around the world. So I want to thank you all again for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You have just experienced a Dripping in Black production.